Hello again, everybody. Brian E, aka Miss Grims 87 here. We're back with the N64 Aki THQ wrestling games. Now, we've done the WCW ones, at least the ones released in the US. Let's keep it on with when they moved over to the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in 1999, with WrestleMania 2000. This is pretty much at the height of not only the Monday Night Wars, but the height of WWF's success. 1999 was probably their most lucrative year in terms of exposure, bringing in the money, boom, love that, and just showing what they had up their sleeves in terms of storytelling, character development. Well, maybe not character development. Like a lot of this was Crash TV, you know. The man by the name of Vince Russo was one of the head bookers, and he was writing a lot of this stuff that brought adult-oriented storylines and stuff. Stuff like Mark Henry getting tricked by China into nearly having sex with a transvestite, and then the whole thing of Val Venus nearly getting his wang chopped off by the Japanese team Kaientai. And then you'd have shit like that. And then 1999 was not much better. Okay, we got the lag again, so I think might have to see what's going on with my settings here. So anyway, this continues off of Revenge. In fact, a lot of the assets from Revenge in terms of like character costumes, like for like non-wrestlers, is still around. On top of that, you have all the main wrestlers from the time: Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Mankind, Undertaker, Kane, Big Show, who had just debuted earlier in the year. You got New Age Outlaws, you got X-Pac from DX, Chris Jericho, who had just debuted for the company like a couple of months before this game came out. So they basically just carried over his character from Revenge, but updated his tights. So he doesn't have the Man of 1,004 Holds things anymore. Shamrock, and you've got both Vince and Shane McMahon. You can go beat them up all you want. This is like around the time when they were both, in the feud with Stone Cold, including a feud which actually saw them fighting over ownership of the company. And you got all your mid-carders. You got Farouk and Bradshaw, the Acolytes. You've got Test, Big Boss Man, formerly of the Corporation. Val Venus, Godfather. Fun thing is, Val Venus and Godfather actually were a tag team with that went by, I'm not sure if it was an official name, but they went by the name Supply and Demand. Godfather being the pimp, Val Venus being the porn star. One hand washes the other. Jeff Jarrett in his last WWF game appearance for a long time. I don't even think he ever made it. I think he made it in the DLC for the later 2K games. But he had bopped back and forth between WCW and WWF up to this point. And then the infamous thing was he was supposed to drop the title, the Intercontinental Championship, to China at that year's No Mercy pay-per-view, 1999's No Mercy. But his contract expired the day before the show. So he was not contractually obligated to even be there. So the WWF, Vince and all them, they worked out a deal with Jeff Jarrett for him to do the one match, put China over, drop the title, and then next night he was right there on WCW Monday Nitro. But the whole thing with him was there was the speculation that, he held the company up for big money, like 6 figures. But in reality, he just asked for fair pay for one night's work. What the normal going rate would be for if you just worked one night as opposed to, say, a week or a month or a year. Okay, so you got pretty much everybody who was in the mid card up to this point. You got a lot of the tag teams. You got the Brood, you got D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry, you got the Hardys, you got Al Snow, Hardcore. You got the good hardcore division. Steve motherfucking Blackman, gotta have him. And then even the Headbangers. Although this is the time when Headbanger Mosh was Chaz after the failed Beaver Cleavage character. He then just went by his real name, Chaz. His real name, Chaz Warrington. So he was just like, I'm just a fun-loving guy. This isn't my mother, mother cleavage. This is my girlfriend, Mariana. And then there was the whole storyline of Chaz was apparently beating Mariana. Like Mariana would show up with like bruises and like a scarf on her neck to hide bruises, and then he'd keep getting beat up backstage and then like hauled away by the cops. But then there was this one episode where Thrasher came out and revealed and showed footage of Mariana putting makeup on to make it seem like she was getting beaten up, so she gets hauled off, and then Chaz teams up with Thrasher again, and they're back to being headbangers. Then you get more of the Ministry. You got Midian, Viscera, Blue Meanie, straight from ECW, the Blue Guy. Meet Sean Stasiak, who at this time was just basically like a sex toy for Tara Runnels, Jacqueline, and Ryan Shamrock, the Pretty Mean Sisters, PMS. Ha, fun with acronyms. And he ended up getting fired because he was caught recording wrestler conversations backstage. So definitely not a good look for him. And you got Too Much, Brian Christopher, Scott Taylor. This is before they become Too Cool later in the year. And of course you get the women, but you can't edit them. And then you also get the Stooges, Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe, Michael Hayes, who at the time was managing the Hardys. He also was a former wrestler. One part of the Fabulous Freebirds in WCW and NWA and World Class. And then you also get to create your own wrestlers. Now, unlike the edit mode, like this is the first time in these games where you can actually create your own, rather than having to just edit an existing one. So you can give your character his own moves, you can give him his own look, his own theme music. Alright, enough of that. So Exhibition is just your standard 1-on-1, 2-on-2, triple threat, or three-way dance. Cage match, which is the first time they included this here. And the cage is fucking huge, I'll show you. Alright, King of the Ring is your standard tournament. You can have single tournaments or tag tournaments, where you can just have a bunch of wrestlers just face off in single elimination to see who's the King of the Ring. Often straightforward. Road to WrestleMania is basically like the story mode. You choose a wrestler and a partner that you teamed with off and on throughout the time, and you go and win championships and win the Rumble, win King of the Ring, and yada yada. So you get that. Pay-per-views where you get to put together an event, a series of matches rather than just one at a time, and you can just play it through. Royal Rumble is your standard battle royal. You can have up to 40 people in a Rumble. So you could do like a team battle like you did with Revenge, or you could just do random up to 30. And in later games you'd be able to do up to 40, which is fun because in, I think it was 2011, they did do a 40-man Rumble, and then in 2018 they did the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, and that had 50. So you talk about cramming the roster. And that's the other thing, you can create your own championships. And usually, you just create like the regular WWF Championship, Intercontinental, European, whatever. Okay, so let's go for, let's do the cage match. We'll have it at SummerSlam. So now all the pay-per-view venues, the sets, are from the 1998 version of it. So, you don't get the SummerSlam with like the metal doors and the cherry pickers and everything with the spotlights. You don't get the King of the Ring with the... What did King of the Ring 99 have? Can't remember. Like, in the Survivor Series, you didn't have the hexagon. You had the skull for like the Deadly Games tournament. Oh, okay. Enough chit chat. I feel like I'm just regaling once again, just going right back and regaling wrestling history. God, I feel like I should start a wrestling podcast. Well, no. There's way many other people who are better at than I am. OSW, for example. Shout out. Okay, let's go. So it's a cage match, so we're gonna have fun. We're gonna do straight cage business. We'll do good old Big Show. Yeah, Big Show. Paul White goes up against Vince McMahon. Yeah, let's beat his ass up. How about it? Now, this is very simple. Escape the cage to win. Let's do it. Let's go with it. And this is also the first wrestling game, at least Nintendo 64 one, the Aki games, where they have the entrance theme, or at least like a very compressed version, and then and then they also have the Titantron. It's just like a GIF of their things. Like you got Vince and Shane right there. Now, we all know the thing about Vince McMahon right now. He's currently facing sexual harassment and assault charges. It's a muddy situation. He's no longer a part of the WWF anymore, so I think it's like he officially sold his stock. He's not part of the board of directors that now of the parent company TKO. So he officially has nothing to do with WWF anymore, WWE anymore. And a lot of people are rejoicing for that fact because he's had a very spotty record at best when it comes to staying on the legal side of things and, you know, not being a dirty old man or a perv, just ignorant. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will continue to rejoice once old Vinnie Mac kicks the bucket. Personally, I can't take pride in, you know, seeing somebody, you know, wishing for somebody's death, but I don't blame people who want it. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I just chose to beat the crap out of Vince McMahon right now. Maybe it's like I'm living vicariously through this game. So anyway, as you can see, the controls and the presentation are very similar to Revenge. Much like how Revenge improved upon World Tour, this, I feel, improved a bit on WrestleMania 2000. Except in this case, Revenge was so, you know, well balanced in terms of what it had to offer, that this wasn't like a retooling, this was like a reskinning. You know, it's like, hey, if it ain't broke. And I think that's what really motivated people to say that there are some people that say that this is actually the superior N64 wrestling game, even better than Revenge, better than No Mercy. Because without this, there would be no Mercy. There would be no Mercy, that's what I meant. And now you can do these things where you can have them seated or on their knees, and you could do other moves. So they've added more methods of inflicting punishment. More running moves, more aerial moves, more all sorts of business. Oh, Big Show with the diving torpedo. There we go. So as you can see, you know, the game's still kind of lagging a bit, so it's not necessarily all that good for recording, but better than nothing. Big Show ready to do it. Oh, choke slam time! The showstopper, as it's also been called. And then about 10 years from now, he'd get the WMD, which is basically just a right fist to the face. And the cool thing is, you can steal their moves. Boom! I just did a stunner. Pretty sure you can steal the moves in Revenge too. I just never did it for the video. And bam! And oh yeah, nice headbutt. Thanks, sir. May I have another? I like the other thing here is, as you did to me, you could do it to him. Bang! Okay, almost ready to get out. I think I'll wait till I get another special. Boom! That was like a classic Andre the Giant kind of move. Which is fun because when Paul White made his debut in WCW as the Giant, he was billed as the son of Andre, you know, coming back to get revenge against Hogan for beating Andre at WrestleMania 3. Oh. Now I turned on bloodshed, so he should be bleeding. There should be like blood on his head, but oh well. Big Russian leg sweep. And let's go for another. Let's go. Going for the ride. Oh. It could be like that time when Big Show did it to The Undertaker and slammed him through the mat. Okay, now this here is climbing up. And you just have to tap A and B repeatedly as fast as you can. Now the thing is, he'll try to shake the cage, and if my attitude meter, instead of, it's not spirit meter anymore, it's attitude meter. If my attitude meter ran down, then I would fall off the cage back into the ring, and I'd be in danger mode. But, well, Big Show just took a win. Beat the crap out of Vince McMahon, and, yeah. Let's try tagging. And we'll take it straight to Raw. Alright. Do go. New Age Outlaws. Alright. And then we'll have them up against LeBron, Mark Henry. for me. Sexual chocolate. And bloodshed, yeah. Oh yeah, they also have first blood, where if you make your opponent bleed, you win. Keep it at no DQ. We'll have some kind of rules. Alright, here we go. New Age Outlaws versus the Remnants of the Nation. Your ass better call somebody. New Age Outlaws were over as fuck starting in 98 going into 99, especially when they turned face and it's just like, you know, they came, you know, Road Dogg come out and do his opening spiel of ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and stuff like that. That's why he comes out with a microphone. And Billy Gunn was also pretty good on the mic too. And they worked as a great team. And, you know, multiple time tag team champions. They didn't come out together, but remember, it's Mr. Ass. Okay. Billy Gunn, who, believe it or not, is still involved in the wrestling business. He's over in All Elite Wrestling, AEW. His sons, Austin and Colton, have been doing pretty well over there. And Billy Gunn has gotten the affectionate nickname Daddy Ass. There we go. An early version of D'Lo Brown's theme, Danger at the Door, which would later appear on WWF The Music Volume 4 in its full version. A song that D'Lo himself performs and, you know, made himself. You know, with that head waggle. D'Lo Brown's another man who's been in the business for a long time. Coming up in the 90s. Obviously, Attitude Era probably his best time. He'd make appearances in TNA. Also, he'd make a couple of other appearances in WWF in later years. Yeah, Sexual Chocolate. But he had that. I think he also would get involved in AEW. And he's a well-respected guy in the business. You know, he's always looking out for you know, other talent. He's friends with a lot of the people I follow on social media and stuff. So yeah, good work. Okay, enough of the chit chat. He's running pretty good. I expected a little more lag with having 4 people on the screen instead of just 2. Ow! Guess maybe I finally figured it out. Oh, look at Billy Gunn coming in with a hockey stick. Now, I forgot to mention, in Revenge, you can also pull out weapons. But as soon as you drop them, or you get hit and you lose it, it doesn't come back. In No Mercy, however, the next game, No Mercy, they put the weapons back in. Like, not the weapon, like if you drop a weapon, it stays there. No matter how much you use it, it doesn't disappear. Go, Road Dogg with those nice punches. Boom! You want some? Oh, maybe not. I'll get you this way. Coming up. Oh no. Oh god, out of the ring! That hurt. That has to hurt, taking that. Oh, he tagged. Alright, well now Mark Henry gets some anyway. Go for punches. Suck it. Oh, crap, you got me. Oof. Aha, you missed. For big pile driver. Mark Henry's a big man. At this point, like, he was still pushing around 400 pounds. Bill was the world's strongest man, and he backed that up on several occasions. He would win many strongman competitions. You know, like, I know there was the one in like when he took a break in 2001. I think he was sent back down to condition, like in the OVW, like the training, like their lower levels, like minor leagues, to get conditioning, get training, and then he would go and win like a World's Strongest Man competition. Oh, there's a little dancing, bang! And then you could do the crazy legs drop, shaky knees. Road Dogg was all about showmanship. Charisma. They've come a long way from being the roadie. Stomp you. Stomp you. And let's tag in the big guns. Oh yeah, he has a taunt where he moons the opponent. Although he doesn't really do anything, it just puts the blur in front. It's like that classic, you know, Sims pixelation. But the clothes stay on. There's a taunt he'd have in the next game too. That one too. Yeah. Whee! Gotcha! You spent too much time taunting. Me, I spent just the right amount of time. Getcha, getcha, getcha. Alright, come on now, let's get back in. But now without me grabbing a little help, another hockey stick. Come on, give me something else. Come on. Ha! Clean sweep! I got him in the leg with that. Another hockey stick. He shoots, he scores! Alright, Road Dogg got the special again. He gonna make him dance. Ah, there you go. Ow. I don't need a weapon to beat your ass now. My partner's got your guy laid up and doing it again. The fun never ends. Take a whip. Yep, boom, power slam. Off the ropes. There we go. See, I like how it can it could seamlessly progress like a regular match, like something you would watch on WWE right now. Famous Sir, yes. The rocker dropper, it's also called. And let's see what my back move is. It's an abdominal stretch pin. Score 1 for athleticism, for technical wrestling. Keep it on the mat. I probably was going to make him tap. Oof! Oh, that'll rock you. Damn right. There we go. Putting up with that gorilla press. So now Billy Gunn is known for having impressive strength. Like he would be doing moves like gorilla press slams and hanging vertical suplexes, and he'd even pull out a jackhammer here and there. And I think that was deliberately done to take the piss out of it for Goldberg, because Goldberg in WCW is using that as his finisher. So now to get a WWF guy, a mid-card WWF guy, to just do it as like a regular move, a transition move, mind you, was kind of like really like sticking it to him. But like, oh yeah, we got a guy that can do a jackhammer too. And then later on, you'd have guys that would be doing spears. And you'd have guys like Edge and Goldberg when he came over to WWF. Like, yeah, you know, you get all these different wrestlers doing spears to show, like, oh, anybody can do it. You just got to be either a big guy or a strong guy. Bonus points if you're a big, strong guy. Right. Oh, there's that power slam. Like that. Partner can hold the guy. DDT. And that's going to do it. So let's do my move and then his. And, yep. Boom. Oh, it could be a TKO. He's out! He ain't getting up! Yeah! Everybody celebrate. Look at that. Put his ass out. Made you famous. Alright. It's goofing off. Alright, well, That's a little digging into WrestleMania 2000. You can see where it improved on Revenge and where it may not have lived up. So, like, it was basically like the idea of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they didn't necessarily fix it, they just improved on it. Added some, made it a WWF game, first of all. And then just added more to it to give it its own, flavor. And that would be the groundwork for what would come next. Not just in the US with WWF No Mercy, but also in Japan with Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. And I think soon enough I'll get into those games. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them before No Mercy or not, but they'll be coming. I can show you a little bit about them. But enough of that. That's going to do it for this one, folks. As always, it's Brian E, aka Mr. Grizzlies87, saying thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for playing along. It's great to go back to these wrestling games. Really ignites the nostalgic flame in my heart and my soul. Okay. Y'all take care now, and I will be back.